Hey everyone, Jack Fantasy Can here. Welcome to this draft that we are doing. We're going to be picking from the number 4 spot, and I'm going to be doing this live and showing you how to actually get better drafts. We're going to be moving over the draft wizard. So we're looking at a couple people here. First off, I want to talk about Alvin Kamara. Obviously, he's the guy that I want to go with, and everyone else agrees. He's a pass-catching running back, so that's why I really like him. Pass-catching running backs are honestly way more valuable than any other type of back that's in the league with the power rushing or just the guys that catch passes a lot. These guys, the top 5 running backs or 4 running backs here, pretty much. We're talking about Saquon, we're talking about Kamara, we're talking about Christian McCaffrey, and we're talking about Zeke. Zeke really kind of doesn't fit in the description as much, but he still catches a decent amount of passes. But those top 3 guys, I think, are guys you really want to target, and those should be the first 3 guys that come off the board this year. So Kamara being here, he's the guy I'm going to go for. I'm going to draft him. Now, I'm looking to either go wide receiver or running back here, and depending on who we got coming around, looking like we got Tyreek Hill, Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, and Kittle. So, the best option here is because he isn't getting suspended is Tyreek Hill. AB is close, but Hill was finished number 1 in points last season among wide receivers. And with Mahomes throwing the ball, the high-powered Chiefs offense, there's no way that I want to go away from him just because of how many points I know that he's going to be bringing to the table. And now coming around, we have a great turn here. We're able to see that we have Antonio Brown sitting there for us. And we do have a couple options between having Aaron Jones be an option, having Derrick Henry be an option. Not going to count T.Y. because if I'm picking between AB and T.Y., I'm picking AB without a doubt. But between the running backs here, I like them a lot, and I like what we got, but Kamara is such a good pick, and AB is such like a high-caliber receiver. I'm not passing on him. There's no way that I would ever really want to do that. Moving around to the 4th round now, we got 3 people on our team that are honestly really good, big names. So I really like where we're sitting right now. I want to take a look at who else we have available, because everyone who's in there I'm not totally huge on. So out of the running backs that we have, I like David Montgomery, Phantom Michelle. Wide receivers, I don't really love. I want to consider taking Mike Williams a little bit later, but I don't think we're going to pull the trigger on him anytime soon. So if I had to choose here, I want to go with Sony Michel, and here's the reasoning behind that. Michel is a great player. He works really well with Belichick's offense, catches a lot of passes, and you know that we love pass-catching running backs here. So the more we have of that, the more opportunities we're going to have for fantasy points. With Michel, he's the type of guy who's in an offense and position to where they want to use him a lot. So he has a possibility of really stepping up this year if he can stay on the field. But for like the 4th round, locking up our running back position, having him as an RB2, I'm not going to pass up on that chance to have a really great player in a spot on a team that's already really good. So now at the turn, we got David Montgomery sitting there. So that's amazing. I want to pull the trigger on him. I also kind of want to look at Mike Williams here because those two, it's between those 2 guys. I know that Montgomery's not going to be available in the next round. There's a chance Williams might be. But having a flex that's going to be pretty good, I think, I'm willing to take the risk and go Montgomery here. And just hopefully Williams will be available at the turn. And he got taken off the board, which sucks, but we're going to have to play with it. Looking at this right now, I would want to go with Baker Mayfield, but let's check and see what we have. Allen Robinson is an option, who's really not a terrible wide receiver 3, but we already have it there, and we're not trying to completely stack the teams to make it like that. I'm going to take a look at tight ends here, just because I don't necessarily love what we got going on. I do like Eric Ebron a lot this year, just because of what he was able to do last year. So the best person available, the person that I like the most that's right here is Eric Ebron. I just don't know if I can wait on him. I think I'll be able to. So let's say we do that. We're going to draft Allen Robinson here. We're going to wait on him. And I think Ebron should be available at the turn. And he is. So we're going to go ahead and pick him up, say whatever to the quarterback position right now, and see what we can get later. We're going to wait on that quarterback spot and see what we can do. Kareem Hunt off the board. Damn. That's always nice if you could nail him on your team. So right here, I'm going to want to go Goff. Goff has been one of the better players just in general. I like him a lot. I think that he's a great quarterback, and he finished as a top 10 quarterback last year, and everyone's sleeping on him, sleeping on the Rams in general, just because of that poor Super Bowl performance. I'm not buying that. I think that Goff is going to be just as good, if not better, as he was last year, so I really feel great about taking him right now. But the thing is, I can probably wait. You can see in the corner of the screen here, it says that there are 8 teams that have taken a quarterback. And we got 2 people that are ranked ahead of Goff. So I would like to wait here. So I'm going to take a look at who else is available. And there isn't anyone that I really want. So we're going to pull the trigger on Goff, lock up our quarterback, have him in there. So that's going to be this draft. We got all of our starters. Going to review it really quick. So let's take a look. Let's go in depth. Our running backs, okay, looking pretty good. I like it. I like Kamara, obviously. He's one of the top running backs in the league. Followed up by Sony Michel, who's another pass-catching running back who has a very high ceiling, but could be a little injury-prone. So I don't necessarily love that. We might want to focus on running backs here. James White would be a good guy to get. So if he's available, pick him up, that kind of thing, just to ensure that we have that running back. Wide receivers, I love my first 2. My first 2 are so good. Tyreek Hill, who I mentioned earlier, is going to be absolutely amazing this year, most likely. And Allen Robinson as well. And AB as well, who is huge, who's been huge in the past seasons. Going to a new team, so it's a little uncertain, but that allowed me to be able to pick him up anyway, so I like it. And then Allen Robinson, who is a receiver who is going to be decent, but I don't know how good he's going to be. So a little bit of a question mark there, but as a wide receiver 3, we'll take it. All right, so let's start this one up. Probably going to end up with someone like Kamara again right here. Yep, Alvin Kamara right there. Going to pull the trigger on him. Great player. Just a great player. So here's an interesting situation we got. I don't normally... I think in the real life, what I would do here is pick Hill. But for the sake of different strategies and showing what we're doing, we'll pick Chubb here. So we're going to pick him up, and I don't necessarily love Chubb just because, I mean, he's going to be great for the first 6 weeks, but then Kareem Hunt's going to come in, and I really don't know how they're going to be able to split carries. Like, I don't know what the usage is going to be, whether or not his value is going to go up or down, whatever's going on with him. But I do like him as an overall player, and I think he's going to have a good season, at least RB2 numbers. So now looking at this, I like T.Y., but also Kittle's staring me right in the face, and I'm a big fan of George Kittle because how athletic he is and the amount of catches that he's going to be getting in the 49ers offense. So we're going to pull the trigger on him, get Kittle. Now we have our tight end locked up, our running backs locked up, but we need receivers. Brandon Cooks is there. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you know I'm a big Brandon Cooks guy, so that makes me feel a lot better about what I'm doing here. Okay, so with the people available right now, honestly, I'm tempted to go with Michelle just to get another running back and another good player, high-end player, but I need a wideout. And the guy I think who I see there who is the most likely to break out, Mike Williams. I like him a lot. I think he's going to be great on the Chargers. So I'm drafting him. I just think that he's the best available person right now, and it's just because I kind of need to take a risk here. For wide receivers, I just don't have him. And if he pulls through and becomes big, that's huge. And it's not like I'm wasting that important of a pick right now. I'm going for my 5th rounder, which is, yeah, it's early. But I'm going out to get my guy is the main point. So I'm going to draft Williams here, and I'll see what we get coming around the turn. Looking at Allen Robinson again. What's up, boss? So he wouldn't be a bad option right here. I'm also kind of taking a look at Baker. But I want to look at the running backs too, because, I mean, there's probably someone available. There is no one available that I like. That's tough. All right, so we're going to go up here, and we're going to pick Robinson. Because, again, we can win in quarterbacks, and if we don't pick a receiver here, we're just kind of getting worse. And Goff and Baker are at the same level, more or less, so I don't really feel too bad about waiting on them. So we need a flex here. Coleman is someone I think could be really good. I think he could be great on this team. So that's who I'm going to go for right now, but I'm also going to make it important so that I draft McKinnon soon too, because I don't want to get one and not the other, and then I have to take a risk here about which one I think is actually going to play. But if I get both, not going to have to worry about that. So was he taken? Jared McKinnon is available, saying that he's going to go probably later. So I probably can take a little bit of a risk here. We're going to draft Christian Kirk, get him on our team. Now we don't have a quarterback either, so there's a chance we might lose him. But at this point, Goff is gone. So we don't have a good quarterback here. We just don't have a good quarterback available to us. So at this point, we're not really losing much if we just wait on one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pick up McKinnon, because at this point, I just want to make sure that we have that running back on our team, and we can just wait on a quarterback or do something. Big Bad might be available, the turn, which will be good. Let's see what we got. Jameis Winston, Ben Roethlisberger, Kyler Murray. So we're going to try and double up here with quarterbacks. I feel decent about Big Ben this year because, he's just been reliable, even though he's got to break down at some point. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. But he's been good, so whatever. But I'm also going to try and get Kyler Murray here if he's still there. Oh, God, I can't type. So we do have a chance to get Kyler Murray, which is kind of big, so we're going to pick him up. And now we actually have two decent people at the quarterback position, so I'm feeling kind of good about it. So I don't have to worry too much, or I'm not as worried as I used to be. So this is the team that we're going to end on. Not as good as the one I liked before. I think that the running back wide receiver strategy works a lot better, but I still like the fact that we were able to get Kittle because he's just as good as a wide receiver. So when you think about it, Mike Williams was pretty much a wide receiver 3, which is fine within and of itself. And then Allen Robinson is also there, and he's a great pass catcher too. So again, it's not as star-studded, but the points are going to be more consistent in this one. So it's fine. The Kittle draft makes up for the points. I think that if I had to pick between the two teams, I would rather go with the one that had Tyreek Hill in it instead of Nick Chubb. But I still really like what I was able to do here. Probably going to target to get another wide receiver. I might go ahead and sell some people around, see what I can do with that. If there's any sleepers I liked. I was able to snag Christian Kirk, which I do like a lot. He's on the bench. So, again, I have people that are there that can step up if I need them to. So, I feel good about this team. I feel good about both teams that happened. So I'm glad I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Please remember to subscribe. Thank you so much, and I will see you all later.